All right, so this is the Mattoverse Inflection Point modulation machine. I was going to call it a tremolo, but after using it, it's sort of like a lot of things. It is a tremolo. It is also vibrato. And with the addition of some cool features, it's sort of like a chorus too, and like a little ring moddy, roomy reverb type of thing as well. So complex pedal, lots of options on this thing. Let's get into it here. For controls on the upper left, we have your speed here. You can also tap that in with this momentary switch down here. Below that, you have the depth of your modulation. To the right of that, in the middle here, we have our modulation shape select. So there's a bunch of options here from ramp up, ramp down. You got triangle, you got pulse, which is like a square wave, sine wave, sweep, and then they have this random thing too, which is sort of fun. To the right of that, we're sort of going in a little circle here. We've got our output, but it's not like a standard volume where like noon is neutral. Neutral is like just a little bit above 0. So this is like a boost, basically. Like, you know, I found that right about there is kind of equal to the dry signal. So as you heard, you know, you can get a little like overdrive-y tone with it too, which is fun. Above that, we have our blend knob, which sort of does different things depending on which mode you're in. And then to the left of that, we have space, which is like a reverb amount or reverb size. Crazy amount of options on this thing. Oh, also, there's a little switch here, tremolo or vibrato mode. So let's start out on the tremolo mode, and let's go to like, hey, let's keep it simple here. Sine wave, let's tap in our tempo, give it a good amount of depth. And then for now, I'm gonna go to just 100% dry. So right now, we should just have tremolo. Pretty standard, turn it off. Nothing too crazy, right? Okay, now we're going to add in some of this space control with this blend over here. So this is dry. It's about 50%. When you do that, the volume dips just a little bit, so I'm going to compensate with this output here. You can also, of course, have like just the reverb if you want to turn your depth all the way down on your modulation here. It's kind of this like, it's kind of springy, it's kind of roomy, but it's definitely like aggressive. And again, like the space control sort of controls the wildness or the size. So lots of options just in tremolo mode there. When you switch over to vibrato, it gets like really interesting. If I'm in vibrato mode and I go all the way wet on my blend, then that's basically like pure vibrato. Let me turn down this space as well. So vibrato, of course, is just pitch modulation, whereas tremolo is volume modulation, modulating volume up and down. Tremolo would be like your volume knob there, and then vibrato is like pulling a string up and down. That's the difference between tremolo and vibrato. So in vibrato mode again, 100% wet, we get that classic vibrato pitch modulation. Something some people do sometimes is like do a slow, really slow rate, speed on your vibrato. Bring your depth down. It just kind of adds a little movement, a little interest to your sound. So you can do a subtle thing like that. Or you can bring up the speed, bring up the depth to get a real warbly, crazy thing. Which is sort of fun. Combine that with like a bunch of volume output. Super quirky, crazy, crunchy sound. Quirky, crazy, crunchy. And then it really gets interesting when you use this blend control along with the space control. So again, vibrato is pitch modulation. Chorus basically is a vibrato mixed with a dry signal. So as we said, we've got, full vibrato here. Now when I blend this in with the dry signal, like let's go half and half, now I basically have a chorus. And then in addition to that, you can add this, even more of this space control to get even more sort of atmospheric thing. So this thing can do a ton of stuff. Really fun pedal. If you want to check out Mattoverse, they are doing totally off-the-wall, crazy, fun, unique stuff. At first, when I checked out this company, I thought, hey, send me your tremolo. I love tremolo. It's no secret. But in getting this thing, it's sort of like playing with it. I realized you can use this for so much stuff. If you just had, if you don't want to take up too much real estate on your pedal board with a bunch of different modulation pedals, throw this thing on there. You've got tremolo, vibrato, chorus, depending on, how you're using it, and also a little reverb option too, and then a ton of wave shapes and just a bunch of different options. In addition, it's also got this little 1/8" input that will actually sync to an external LFO, low frequency oscillator, for speed. If you want to sync that up, it can do that too. So definitely check this thing out. Lots of fun and lots of quirky sounds and lots of fun classic sounds in this thing as well. Hey, that's going to be it from me today. Let me know if you have any questions about this pedal down in the comments below, and we'll see you all next time.